you know what I mean? The space is a really challenging space, and it's interesting because the work, of course, takes a life of its own, but when you're hanging it, it allows for very interesting ways to tell the story. You know, so in many ways, this space is perfect for my work, for any work. I think that's coming into it. You know, as I said, it's not as easy as a white box where you just plonk everything in and you're fine. You know, you really have to think about it, and I think that is integral to my work, especially because there's very much a narrative trail that runs through the show. Even though, as I said, this has absolutely nothing to do with the top one, but they are about power and religion and nation to a large extent. So I mean, those things immediately come. This is about nation, it is about religion, it is about power as well. And then you've got the monks up there who are about nation and who are about power and about religion, and the umbrella for it all, I think, is love. Whether it is compassionate and real, or whether it is manipulated and a lie, that's always the umbrella, right? And often the lie and the truth is so intertwined with each other. That's why I found using the marriage symbols was so easy, because if you use really simple everyday things as a jumping point for a larger story, I think it takes away a little bit of the sense of self-importance. You know, I've always been conscious of that. I don't want to be a self-important painter who thinks that what I say, it's important to me, and I hope it will be important to you if you're looking at it, but it has to be from your perspective. I find preaching very difficult to... I'm a great believer that everyone just does their own thing, you know, within the parameters of society. But yeah, it's been, I think, a very meaningful exhibition for me. Aesthetically, I think it's definitely moved, you know, in both aesthetically and in the way I tell the story. But I think right now at this juncture, I'm really glad it's happening over Merdeka. Right, I think it's meaningful that it is. I'm really happy it's happening here in Brickfields, because in a way that's symbolic as well, you know. But I think it was important to record this event, this 2 years, for all Malaysians. As I keep saying, of course it's an Indian issue, but it's also a human issue, right, that we're talking about. You know, those stories are the same for Malay detainees, right? The reason why I haven't painted a Malay detainee is because culturally, I can immediately, how do I say, I can portray in a much more real manner if it's coming from a voice that is my own.
Data,
You know, I think if I tried, I used to, I mean, I think yes, it's important to look at it if I'm painting from a, you know, to look at things as Malaysians. Of course, Pia did it, it's a wonderful thing. But there are times when you have to, I think, go back to where you're coming from, and that, you know, there's a fundamental truth there which helps you understand the larger picture, I think. You know, if I don't understand this, I can't really connect with being a Malaysian. I can't. I have to understand, you know what I mean? It's the same with you and with, are you, what are you religion-wise? Are you a
Catholic?
You see, you would understand this. You would understand this because the whole idea of ritual and decoration is so integral. We always say that they are our Hindu brethren, the Catholics, because it's so similar. So many of the